I mean by that. See, this is the ego. This is the first thing happens. The soul will wake up and say, hey, I need to find out more about myself. And the more I find about myself, the more I will wake. So I need to study more about the knowledge. And the ultimate knowledge is more about my own soul.
Love, lift, life. We touch into your mind, body, and soul.
I'm tired of the church.
Holy thingum. That's a beautiful.
I'm tired of the church.
Holy thingum.
That's a beautiful.
I'm tired of the church.
Holy thingum. That's a beautiful.
Let somebody read nice and loud for me. Come on, here, brother. You look like a good Bible student from a long time ago.
I'm tired of this church.
Be honest with you, let me explain this to you. Because I've been hearing this since I've been lecturing. We ain't ready yet. We ain't ready yet. Well, if you wait on motherfucking niggas to be ready, we will be waiting another 2,000 years. I really give less than a damn about a nigga ain't being ready yet. So I'm talking to the ones that are ready. The other ones, just like C. Manel used to say, let the dead lay with the dead and water seeks its own level. They will find what they need. But at this particular time, it's too late in the game for me to come. You see what I'm saying? Spoon feed a bunch of niggas. You see, the ones that's ready, I'm talking to the ones that's ready. You see, I can't hang around with the welfare or get the nigga up to speed. You see what I'm saying? Because we'll take our time and we'll hang around for millenniums on shit that won't work.
I'm tired of this church.
Now, many of you have heard of the mystery system. The mystery system is what the Greeks called the ancient teachings of their masters, the Chemites. The ancient masters, or the ancient Kemetic masters, taught the way of the hidden light and the doctrine of the hidden light. But this is the path. This is the path that everyone talks about. The hidden light is that light that represents the Kundalini force. You don't see that light, but that light is hidden from you, and you can actually activate that light so that you can use it to see into what we call the darkness, or what is the mystery, or that which is behind the curtain, what is in the causal realm rather than the effectual realm.
I'm tired of this church.
On the next advanced level, another book you want to get is Art and Symbols of the Occult Images of Power and Wisdom by James Wasserman. James Wasserman, W-A-S-S-E-R-M-A-N. And I want to read something that I read in my class just because we hear, and I like this book. Now, this book is all the standard occult symbols, and this is truly for the occultist, the starting out occultist, because all the shit that you're going to see over and over and over and over again, and it explains where it come from, who made it. And they have Baphomet. They have Baphomet, which I'm going to read, with the standard up and down symbol, and let's see what they say about him. Baphomet. Illustration, Transcendental Magic by Eliphas Levi, created 1896. The multi-level symbol, first of all, listen what they called it. A multi-level symbol. And then it's clearly a symbol which Facebook niggas and MySpace niggas are trying to give a personal rendition of. I don't like it. I think it's the devil. It doesn't do nothing for me. I'm like, but when I break down all the science in this one symbol, this is everything you niggas say you are.
I'm tired of this church.
Just like they say about Lucifer. Right? Lucifer, the light bearer, was a Latin name, as I said, right? But it was for what? The planet Venus star in the ancient Roman era, and it is often used for mythological and religious figures associated with the planet. So Lucifer is also astrological.
I'm tired of this church.
That's the problem, how you go to these doggone leaders. I'm just trying to tell you. These handkerchief head leaders, you see what I'm saying, ain't worth the paper. You see what I'm saying, that their name is written on. And I'm just trying to say, you gotta come out of these things. My point is, if you got one that's doing the work, that's what, the reason why I say come out of that, because I will think less of you if you wanted to follow me. See what I'm saying? I would think less of you if you wanted to follow me. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say that. Something's got to be wrong with you to want to follow me. And I got more knowledge than a lot of these so-called leaders instead. It's just rehashing old Christianity and stuff, but still got to be mentally ill to want to follow me. See what I'm saying? I had you paint my motherfucking house. And clip my toenails. I'm just trying to say, man, I'm not talking about you, I'm trying to say, I'm just trying to say here is, things take care of themselves.
I'm tired of this church.
In the realm of effects, we see things, but all of it is temporary and therefore all of it being illusion. In the realm of cause, where we are dealing in the unseen, that is the hidden light. The hidden light here in those words meaning the hidden perceptions or the hidden illumination.
I'm tired of this church.
So, just saying you don't like it, that means you're too stupid to understand what it is you're really doing here. Because let's deal with the symbology of what he is. And first of all, just to tell you, it's nothing more than a symbol. And the symbol tells 1,000 words. By interfacing and dealing with the symbol, because I have a bunch of Baphomet chains and Baphomet rings, because Baphomet is Pan. My name is Panic. And I didn't pick that name because I thought it was cool. That was always my name. Turns out, the science behind it becomes the god Pan. And then when I study Pan, it's my nature. Everything's by design.
I'm tired of this church.
In the relevant Bible passage as morning star or shining one. Shining star so you can see what it really means to me. Shining star is, every nigga is a star. Has fallen from a star. Your body is still 93% stardust material. This has been proven. I've shown this in my shows. You have fallen from light, or you have fallen light into matter. Hence, you have become Satan. You was once Lucifer, embedded now into Satan. Satan symbolizes as the matter, the mother, the matrix.
I'm tired of this church.
Talking to the ones You see what I'm saying? Because I came 8 hours and 30 minutes across the water. You understand what I'm saying? Not to glorify, and this is another thing, not to just glorify and just show off of what kind of information I got. You know what? I'm truly one of these people that the lecture thing was thrust upon me and it started rolling and it's a big phenomenon, but this is something that I didn't never want to do. And that's the perfect thing because I ain't got no self-grandizement thing. You understand what I'm saying? I never wanted to do it. And right now, and it's good I didn't want to do it because right now I ain't got no kind of scruples. None. You see, I got no kind of scruples and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I might let off a fart up here. Like I did about 2 weeks ago. And we had to actually leave your fucking house. This shit was lethal. I don't care no more. You see what I'm saying? I don't care no more. You see what I'm saying? I'm humble enough to say that, but I'm humble enough to come before you to say that in actuality, I know we got to be a better people than to stick around with these damn clowns.
I'm tired of these turds.
The spiritual perspective connected to the manipulation of the effectual would then give us a holistic perspective of reality, which we do not have. Most of the people who are manipulating the effectual realm are ruining the effects of all creation, of ancient creations, of the ancient template that was put down by the master architect.
I'm tired of these turds.
It's a multi-level symbol representing the mysterious gods of the Templars. Bobby Hemmitt broke down that the Templars was nothing but some motherfuckers who was dedicated to the Moors.
That the Templars was nothing but some motherfuckers who was dedicated to the Moors. Dedicated to the Moors.
I'm tired of these turds.
As a name for common meaning in English, Lucifer is the renderance of the Hebrew word in Isaiah, given in the King James Version of the Bible. The translator of this version took the word from the Latin, translated by the Latin word Lucifer, and capitalized, meaning the morning star, the planet Venus, or as an adjective, light bringing.
I'm tired of these turds.
Now I'm not talking about the ones that stuck in that. They need to be there. And some of you still might need to be there. But I'm only talking to the ones already. You see what I'm saying? It's just like you fill up a room, some of them are spectators, and if there's 2 of them that need to hear the information, then that's all they're supposed to be. Where there are 2 or more gathered in my name.
I'm tired of these turds.
They're taking it apart like little children running wild without parental supervision across the planet. And the parental supervision is from the older races and the older peoples that came to know and struck a balance with nature. And that's the problem.
I'm tired of these turds.
And then if you do a little bit studying, they'll tell you the Moors were dealing in Islam with Muhammad. And Muhammad comes from Egypt as Baphomet, a deity. And Baphomet is nothing but Baphomet. Oh, y'all gonna get this shit today.
I'm tired of these turds.
Lucifer is the most beautiful of all God's angelic beings. Ezekiel 28:12-15. Astrologers consider Venus the morning star as the brightest, and it is the brightest object in the night sky. It's the most beautiful. Next is Sirius, is the brightest star, then Polaris, the North Star, and next Concession.
I'm tired of these turds.
Lucifer! Lucifer is my friend. Ooh. Now you know when they see that tape, motherfuckers like this are gonna put a contract, a spiritual contract on me and Bobby. What they're gonna do is pray for me. These motherfuckers don't want to pray for me for saying that Lucifer is my friend.
And you have to grow and evolve to that high level to understand what's going on. When the spirit realm looks down here or looks through here, if there's up or down, they only see light. And light only shows based on whether a person's soul is illuminating past the heart chakra enough that it can be seen. The other people's soul is in the sacral vertebrae and it's asleep. Now, according to the spirit world, the only thing that exists is that particle and that light. So, down here on the human realm, the only thing that exists right now is that which light is radiating. As far as the people that are asleep, they're non-existent. They don't even exist. You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Because this is a realm based on enlightenment and consciousness.
Yeah. This god of the Templars, the fearsome androgyny with a woman's breast and an erect phallus. They're telling you it's an androgynous being and it's in the picture. That's your ultimate balance. That's the yin-yang niggas want to talk about. The two snakes and the caduceus. The Ivan Pingala. He's a representation of that. This goat-headed and horned devil of nightmares, yet he is Pan, the god of magic. So any nigga in the magic is telling, this is the god of magic. They're telling you this entity, this deity, this symbol, if you're trying to get into magic, you can line yourself up with this energy. That's what these symbols and deities are. Ways to access energies.
I'm tired of this church.
The rainbow body, light body. Scientists have documented that the photonic energy of the average human body emits the equivalent energy of a 120-watt light bulb. Bioluminescence. You work with the Luciferian energy every day to become bright or to become shining star so you can see what it really means to become that shining star.
The reason why we are now in the state of affairs we are is because people who are spiritually and psycho-spiritually stunted, pathologically insane, those are the people that are now in charge of, with their finger on and with their hand on the lever of the sciences that came from out of the inner temples. And the reason why it was maintained in the inner temples is exactly what's happening today. When you give it to the worst of the worst, this is what happens.
Energies that were formerly invisible or formerly unobtainable. Personalities, deities, these gods and goddesses are just nothing more than descriptions of how to get down with some shit.
I'm tired of this church.
So they don't even exist. So the way this thing goes, you see, they say, well, they killing the youth out there. They're killing the youth. They're killing. And the spirit world said, well, good. They're killing them. It's cannon fodder. When the spirit world looks for every person that's enlightened, they would rather them kill 50 people that's unenlightened, because they're unenlightened, they don't exist anyway. This is only an illusion, a hologram. A series of events that don't exist, and only the wiring of your brain is telling you that this existence is really that, and that's the ego. They're trying to make itself exist. The only thing that exists is your soul. So what they say here is, they would rather kill physically 10 to 20 people just to save one enlightened person, because that enlightened person has the ability to wake up other people who are semi coming out of sleep. You see, so it's a give or take. So One brother said, I went to jail for something I didn't do. And the master C. Freeman L. said, no, you went to jail for something you did not do. You were supposed to do something, you didn't do it. And as a result, you went to jail for something you didn't do. So it's a hindrance. So the ones that, a lot of them is stuck, they are still asleep.
Auric field or astral star body, the higher astral body, which is the spiritual body, is eternal. That's the golden dragon body once you develop it. See, so you got to develop it to its highest level, its highest potential. You can't do that just working with 10% of the goddamn energy in your body. You have to awaken the dormant 90% by raising Kundalini through your chakras to your pineal gland properly, so it can awaken Heru, the Christ.
Lucifer is the archetype of form as the first redeemer. Lucifer marshals the divine will past the envelope of perfection. Understand what I'm saying now? Catch this. Lucifer marshals the divine will past the envelope of perfection and into the realm of infinite potential. Lucifer is said to represent the dark matter consciousness of the sixth dimension, where the involutionary mind of a contemplative creator, one who is contemplating on itself, that's what them 1 through 7 days. That was the creator contemplating on itself. It was on the 7th day that it rested. At the point where it rested or attenuated its energy, that's where chaos began to form the world of order.
I'm tired of this church.
Come on now. Now, he's concealing a smile within the horror. Concealing a smile within the horror. Why does he conceal a smile in the horror? Is there a science to this? Well, yes. Because we understand if your spirit isn't ready, as we discussed before, with everybody who's bickering with each other and can't seem to leave whatever thing they learned in the 90s or the 80s alone and find something more to learn, is because these minds, their spirit is at a certain level of alchemy change, or just a certain child level.
You see them, they're still asleep. But there has to come a time when there's a group of people that's got to become gods and got to become high priests and then gods, and they have to illuminate. You can't wait around to say when the other people are going to wake up, because the only people are going to wake up when you illuminate. So what happens is you will see this universal thing. You go to India, you go to Egypt, you go everywhere. You see a circle with a dot in the middle. The dot is the core, and that's the only thing to be focused on. The circle is the masses. And the masses don't do nothing but they own what is called automaton. You call it automation in technology. They're on automaton. On the 5 senses, what looks, smells, tastes, and feels good. They're on automation. They're asleep. And this is an automated society to make sure that they stay asleep. So the only thing that matters is the core.
So you talking about you becoming a light being. Remember, 93% of your body is light. So in order to become that light being again, you must work with the Luciferian energy. Here it is. I'm going to show you again. This is science. This is what science calls it now. Right? You can call it any name that you want to call it. But they call it Luciferian. For emitting pigment. It's called melanin. You're supposed to light that bitch up.
That's what that 7 was. So Lucifer is the herald of birth, of evolutionary consciousness. Lucifer brought the light from involutionary consciousness to evolutionary consciousness. He carries the ignorance of an unconscious principle into the realm where self-consciousness is manifested.
And there was a lot of people who said, I don't know what that is, but I've always been attracted to it, or that's interesting. What am I hearing? I'm hearing someone's spirit saying, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to understand. I am ready, or I'll do even better if you really get metaphysical. Their spirit is saying, I'm ready to pick up where I left off. The people who can't hear it, or feel the fear, because fear is designed to keep you out. That's why you get the phrase, you must face your demons.
Not the master. So my point here is I didn't come before you to speak as the general masses of the Farrakhan, a whole other bunch of people would do. I'm coming to speak to the gods. You see what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, I'm coming to speak to people that is already enlightened and want to find out what their further missions are. This
pigment found in organisms capable of bioluminescence, like fireflies. All right, deep sea fish. It was named after the Roman god of light, Lucifer. Luciferin is oxidized in the presence of the enzyme luciferase to produce oxyluciferin and energy in the form of light. Firefly right there. He lights up. You can light up like the yogi here, or to the right. 93% of the body is stardust material. You have to work with the Luciferian energy. So you keep hearing all these Negroes. This is why Lucifer was worshipped in the Morals and Dogma, written by Albert what's his name? Albert Pike. See, this is the Masonic secret. Talking about working with the Kundalini to make that glow and feel that glow you got. To get that glow on, nigga. The Golden Glow. The Golden Glow Awards.
See, so now here you have the Egyptians who talk about Horus and Set fighting, but they have them as a complementary unity. Right. So if you niggas don't get it, yes, here's a case in point where the Egyptians didn't have the same debate aspect. Two different contradictions, but they're still finding light from it. That's how we thought. We didn't come up with one way or another. That's white man shit. You know, either my way or the highway. That's white man shit. Right. We came up with this. So the dual-headed God, which means this polarity under the light are the same. Darkness and light are processes. Light represents Horus, the face of the moon, the face of heaven. Set represents the south. He represents the hidden part of you. The part of you that you don't show, which represents what you're trying to bring into the light. That's the fight that they're having. That's the angel and the devil on your shoulder argument. Should I do it or shouldn't I do it? Which is a process in your own mind. That's the war in heaven between Horus and Set. Just duality. The duality of whatever process you're going to, whatever you need to release, whatever that personal plight or fight is in you, to turn it into light, to turn it into redemption. To redeem the subconscious or redeem the father, the falling father. Set as the older God represented you as you ruled the cosmos. Now I want you to hear this, Rich, where I'm going with this. Set was considered the older God. He was even worshipped. He was you as you ruled before you got here. But when he gets here, he becomes evil because he becomes the fucking ego. He becomes just like all these niggas standing around going, my dreads is the hottest shit going because I'm the this, my name is Mayat, my name is Patah. That's actually what they're talking about of what Set is. The ultimate human with bragging rights. I got melanin. I'm better than you. I've been here longer. You from the caves. I'm better than you. They're hoping your arrogance will be your undoing. So while they control you and move you, herd you, have their way with you while you sleep, you get to be arrogant and say, those pictures on the wall are pictures of me.
Now, how many was here when I told you that the only way you're going to know the truth about anyone is to test them with the bullshit factor? You were here. Now, what did I tell you had to do when you stand up in front of Carl McCall or when you stand up in front of Messy Jesse? Every time that motherfucker opens his mouth to say anything, what does the choir supposed to say? Yeah. Now, if you go into the halls of medicine, and you go into the halls of politics, and you listen to them bastards talking to you, and you're supposed to be so well-mannered, while you know they're lying. You know they're lying, you participating in this bullshit. So when you start listening to them talk this crap, why don't start with a choir, and every time they open their mouth to say some dumb shit, you say bullshit in a choir. And you stay there like you know. And every time he finishes a sentence, bullshit.
What I mean by that. See, this is the ego. This is the first thing happens. The soul will wake up and say, hey, I need to find out more about myself. And the more I find about myself, the more I will wake. So I need to study more about the knowledge. And the ultimate knowledge is more about my own soul. So it will go on that path. But here's the ego. The first thing happens, you get 2 days in and you want to teach somebody else. You got a path you got to follow. You worry about some other nigga waking up. And the next thing you do, especially when you go to your family members, they got a trick for your ass. Because there used to only be 1 or 2 incarnated in a family. You go to your family members, they're going to beat your ass down. Because it ain't for them and for the people you love. It's for you to get to the end of the doggone tunnel so that you can illuminate, and ultimately you will be able to do something about those people. But you can't do nothing about those people if you don't complete your training. And they're going to be all types of distractions. So the bleeding heart is a distraction. You know, it's a distraction. I had to learn, say, look. I had to learn to say, look, I don't give a damn how many Negroes they kill up the ball. That's not going to stop my path, because that's going to be a distraction. Ultimately, that's what that white man wants. He wants you to get off the path. And what he'll do is to get you off the path, he'll start like they're doing in the United States. The first thing they started doing, when they see a certain thing illuminating, they start hanging nooses in the trees. And people start running down to Gina, Texas, and they start hanging nooses on professors saying, this is distraction. And all the little black leaders will come and they'll be fussing and all that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But look, let me be honest with you. Right now, your energy shouldn't be spent on a nigga getting killed out there in that damn street. Because the white boy knows, well, all I got to do is kill another one. Beat him over the head on national TV. And here you go running. There got to be some priests, just like them monks up in them hills, up in the Himalayas, that understand down here in the Goya, you'll be worried about that shit for the rest of your life. There got to be some people that illuminate beyond that. That's what we talking about up in here. You see, not no asshole out there and got beat over the head eating some fish and chips. Who gives a shit? They're not even knowing. They're not even knowing.
You're the one searching for yourself, God. Wake the fuck up. Because you are God. So we're holding off this particular situation now. Just to close out, Christian stories of Lucifer are simply reflections of their own rise to dominance and power. Christianity was merciless, vicious, and brutal as it pillaged and raped the land and the psyches of indigenous peoples the world over. How they used the light provided by Lucifer has now been shined back on them. But in Christianity's own myopic, closed-minded dogmatism, we are made to believe that the present plagues, pestilence, and misery suffered by our ancestors and the peoples they violently converted to Christianity was the work of Satan and Lucifer, and not those bastards in Rome.
The arms pointing up and down, signifying as above, so below. Ain't that some other shit we like to say? Analysis and synthesis, the path of knowledge. The wings symbolize the flight of the liberated soul. Ain't that what we trying to do? And it also, his wings also represent balance, mayat, because he's androgynous. His wings also represent a representation in the spirit of the astral world, flight in the astral world. Ain't that what we all about? Ain't that what we talk about all day? This motherfucker is not just a symbol. He's the ultimate motherfucking symbol we should be fucking with. He's in a yoga stance, shit. And it keeps going. The flaming torch between the horns of virility means it's the awakened crown chakra. Ain't that some other shit we talking about all the time? The magical light of universal equilibrium. That's Mayat. The light of universal equilibrium is Baphomet. The universal equilibrium light is goddamn Mayat. And niggas love to say that's their code. Nigga, your code is Baphomet. Eat that, nigga. Baphomet is a light bearer clothed in the disguise of evil.
I'm tired of this church.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.